Little update on the kick panel here. The fiberglass dried really nice. I was able to float a little bit more resin over top of that cardboard and it pretty much flushed it out. So all it needs is a shot of black. Like that. And here at the Good Enough Ranch, that's good enough. Still got to do something with those guys, that guy there and the one inside that I can't get off because the seat's already in. Well, with the tail lights out, I was able to scrape that clean, sand it down to where it's almost shiny, and then I put some lines in it the other way, kind of resemble the original American panel that should be there. I don't imagine that aluminum panel would look too much better than that, so I gotta figure out something for the gas cap. I gotta find a gas cap first, and then the filler neck and all that stuff. But, yeah, I'll clean that up. Well, a little bit of wire brush and some wipey wipe, and it's ready to spray black. Like that. That one's going to be a little more difficult. I think I'll have to have the vacuum going because I'm not taking it out. I got to do it right there. So, yeah. I got that blasted in with the black. This one's drying up pretty nice. I'm going to hit it with a shot of satin clear. I was looking at this poor little old mirror here. The rear view mirror, how crusty and old pits. Let's see if we can clean that up a little bit. I shined her up a little bit. Better than it was. It was pretty grimy looking before. I polished her up pretty good. I almost see reflections and stuff in it now, so yeah. Woohoo! Even the mirror part of it cleaned up pretty nice. I didn't have much hope for that, but it's about as good as it can be, really. Hello. Nice. Yeah, so nothing ever seems to be right, eh? I got the new sending unit, but it wasn't long enough to reach the bottom of the tank. Like, it didn't even come down. This one came down like, well, I cut 1 3/4 inches off of it and soldered it to the end of that so that it can reach. I know this sock will fit on there, but like, you never get anything right. You gotta modify everything. And I figured out with this gas tank, I'm gonna have to, yeah, cut a new hole and put a new neck in it. Well, I got some rocker guard stuff for the headliner, so we'll see how that goes, I guess. Another day. Yeah, so I need a neck for that tank. So what I'm doing, where's the backup button here? Why don't we zoom back out? Oh, I can zoom in, but I can't zoom back out. Why? Anyway, found a socket about the right size to fit in the piece of pipe that I'm going to use. Where are we? Here.
And then I cut a little piece of metal. Jeez, why can't I? I'm going to come back. There, that's better. So, yeah. Put a socket in the vise with a little piece of metal and bend her around. Snug that up a little bit and then weld her shut. And then that'll fit in the tank. And then that hose will go on it. I hope. Had to kill the tins for copyright issues, of course. Big deal. I paid for the friggin' CD. So I got this thing jacked up under here. And it looks stupid and everything. But once it's painted black, I put a big sign on it with an arrow that says gas tank don't hit me. I got some lines drawn around there with the old felt pen. So I'll pull it back out and drill a hole, I guess. Wow. There's my little filler neck pokey into the tank piece. I think I'm just gonna tack it in a few spots and then JB weld it, because that shit is so good. Got the rest of this clamp back together. A little bit of resin in there. See how she goes. Oh yeah, knock all that stuff over. This side's not too bad. A little bit there. Here. Boy, oh boy. Have to modify everything. So I got it sitting up in place. I mean, okay, well, I'm gonna need some straps. And I thought I had some of that plumber's stuff with the holes all the way along. I was gonna use that, but I couldn't find it. And then I thought maybe I'd take that piece of angle there. It's got the holes, cut it in half, but it's pretty thick, so. I got this furnace door the other day, so cut a couple of strips off of that. I'll grind up the edges and drill some holes and see what happens with that, I guess. So I got those Bentley roughly bent into shape. Bentley. It's not a Bentley, it's a Rambler. But I got them roughly bent into shape and drilled some holes in the ends. And I will be able to cut some felt mat stuff for it to cushion and screw them up in there. Yeah. Rest of that clamp back together. Well, I got a hole drilled in there. See if we can get that piece out. I'd rather not go all the way through, because it'll give me a little bit of sides. Oh, I might have to. Yeah. I didn't want to drop it in the hole, but might have to take a little bit off of this side here. Well, I managed to fish the piece out of there. Of course, it fell in. And, yeah, I kind of cleaned up a bit, and this guy's going to fit in there just about perfect, really. Just about the right angle. We'll get a few tacks on it, and yeah, fill her up with JB weld, and we'll be good in business, ready to go. Yeah. There we go. I got that little sucker welded in, and well,
I don't know, dozen tacks all the way around probably, and then slathered some JB over it. That won't leak. Still have to figure out some sort of a neck and cap for that. Well, I ran up to the junkyard and got this filler neck off of a Dodge. Might as well have some Dodge parts. We got Chev and Ford and AMC. But I'm gonna have to cut it off right about here somewhere and try to finagle it down in size a little bit too to fit in that rubber hose. I don't know, see how it goes, I guess. The cap sticks out just about the right distance and everything, so that's nice. It looks as though if I knocked off 4 little spot welds, 5, that I could move that too if I had to, but I don't think I have to. So, see how it goes. Okay, well then there we go. It's that end cut off. That end cut off. Maybe I can stick them together. Something like that. And that should pretty much do it. Ooh, that's still a little bit warm. Okay, don't touch it. Well, after some welding sparks and grinding sparks and lots of noise, there we go. That should, I gotta drill some new holes in that flange because they don't line up, of course. So there we go. I think I might put a smear of JB around there just to make sure. There's a couple of uglies there that I can't see any light through them, but JB will fix them for sure. Yeah. Well, there you have it. I'll let that JB weld set up. I managed to hook up the old sucky bucket there, get inside the tank, and suck out every last little bit of drill stuff. Look, it's pretty nice in there. A few little stains, but man alive, it's pretty good. And I was able to shake all the dust and welding splatter and everything down into the corners and suck it out. And so she should be pretty nice and clean. Yeah. I like that sucky bucket. These are the little corner trimmy bits that go between the sides and front and back of the headliner. As you can see, this one's pretty crusty. So let's see if we can't clean them up a little bit.
Well, there we go. These three at the top here, this one turned out pretty nice. This one is a little discolored. It's got some pretty deep pits in there. But it's not orange. It was orange before. Yeah, it'll just be like a few minutes ago for you guys. Yeah, so one more thing done. I gotta see if I can clean up the tail light assemblies now. Those guys. Well, got that all scraped out. It was really easy, except for the places that weren't. But, well, let's see if we can polish them up now a little bit. Don't see much of it, but we'll see what happens. Okay, well, they didn't turn out too bad. Took them in and washed them up. They're kind of dull in there, but I might spray a little bit of that chrome paint in there just to brighten it up a bit when I put it back together. Other than that, I cleaned up pretty good. Let's see how those gaskets go in that now. Well, I got all the bare looking spots touched up with the flat black primer. So you can see the rips and stuff are standing out pretty bad. But you can still see where the tire's at. Oh well, don't look up. Okay, well, throw a little bit of that rock guard on there and see what happens with that. Well, I soaked a few areas there good, and then I sort of worked it in with the brush. We'll let that set up for a little while, and we'll hit it with some more, and just try to work it in and gain some sort of a uniformity. Well, I wasn't getting the desired results. And it had lost that texture, so I cut some pieces of an old tarp there. It's kind of woven looking, and stuck that in the dull patches. I'll let that set up, and then hit the texture stuff over it again. And it might, I don't know. It's gonna be better than it was. It was all flopping apart and sagging down to the seats, so we'll see. Alright, we'll just about wrap it up. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.